anyone cut me short. I was thinking this was the way to go, and you put up your puppet show. I say cheers to life. No, I'll be no good man's wife. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. So I woke up, sun in my eyes, forgot all about what I did last night. What I do remember that it was real, real nice. Talks about me are never good. I don't live like the way that I should. Oh well, I'm in for some fun tonight. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Hey now, just you and I, we could be the next Bonnie and Clyde. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Oh, it's our time to rise up. Live the life we're proud of. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show.
What's up, everybody? And my camera's not in there. I didn't load it up. Wow. What am I doing there? Let me bring in my overlay. That's because I had all those technical issues over the weekend. Good to see everybody in as I fix the logo tech and bring it back in there. There we go. Move it to the back of the set. Good to see you guys. Went too far. It's going to be a fun show tonight here on the channel. It is incredible. It's going to be Sam's Disney Diary, everybody. I've been waiting to talk to him for quite some time. Glad to see so many friends like Mar Memphis, Paul Engel, Monorail Molly, Fred O'Malley, Tomorrowland, Traveler Team Rudy's Place, the Strangers in house as well. Can't wait to have some fun. Let's get this thing kicked off and the party going. You know how we do it every week as we jump down and say hello and thank you to all those people that support us and all the fun things going on around Disney and everything that we do. Let's say hello to Dean in the Live Place. We appreciate Dean in the Live Place supporting 150 family-friendly channels all around the YouTube up front. Partner channels, I've got 7 great partners. You can check out their links on the front of my YouTube channel. Chaotic Crusaders that do so much for this channel and make it happen. If you don't know about them, you should. Dan with Disney Worlders, 21,000 strong in his Facebook group, helping us get through. We appreciate Dan. Again, all the links for these great Crusaders on the front of my YouTube channel. And my executive producers, I've got content coming into my channel from all over the world, Florida, California, and Disney France. I'm grateful for all these people. Make sure you check out their channels. They're supporting us and helping keeping it going. We're working hard on Facebook, keeping it busy. We've got a group. We've got a page over there with a little bit of everything going on. We're trying to stay relevant on TikTok and Instagram, keeping up with the media surges all the way through. Make sure you're following us on those. We really appreciate it. And our Discord's got 250 plus people over there talking Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, sports, a little bit more, some health stuff going over there, some fun stuff. Check out our Discord. Really appreciate what Joy's doing running that. We have membership available on the channel, 4 different tiers available, completely optional. Completely optional. If you'd like to check it out, we appreciate you doing that. You do one of the higher tier levels, we'll get you out one of the Disney minted coins. Preston loves to send those out to new members. Membership each week brought to you by Ajana Claire, Zoelle's World, and her amazing travel company. Check her out.
Ajana Claire Wise Travel is an upscale travel design and consulting firm specializing in curating ultra-luxurious travel destinations designed specially for business professionals, focusing to deliver the once-in-a-lifetime experience that will create lasting memories, encompassing adventures in Europe or the Americas, luxurious river cruises, relaxing beach getaways, or detailed trips to Disney locations worldwide. Ajana Claire Wise Travel personalizes the experience. What rich and exciting moments do you want to create for yourself this year? Well, start writing your story with Ajana Claire Wise Travel today.
Hey, Park Hopper Choppers, these guys, they're not a sponsor. They're a friend, and They treated me so well down in Florida. I'm treating it back. Check out Park Hopper Shoppers. The service was phenomenal. Prices were competitive. Central Florida's best mobility scooter rental company. Just shoot them a text right there or hit them up. They will absolutely crush it for you. We got a P.O. Box. We love receiving mail. My moderators will drop that link in there. Monterey Molly is all over our links today. Thank you so much for doing that. We love to receive mail. Always good about mail. It's a lot of fun. I also want to say thank you and check out
Wish Upon a Disney Destination Guide is your location for fun and relaxation. This destination guide is informative information with advice on planning and having the best Disney trip ever. Programming providing you fun, helpful checklists, templates, and PDFs for tips to planning your trip, fun activities, recipes, and so much more. A place to escape for a moment in your busy, hectic day and have a quick Disney-themed fun games, trivia, ride videos, fun facts, and so much more. Disney Destination Guide. It's your place to go.
So I'm really excited about our guest tonight. He is an incredible creator, and we're proud to have him here hanging out with us. It's Sam's Disney Diary, everybody. It is the place where you can gain insight on what's new at Disneyland, Walt Disney, a little bit of everything. This hobby for him has grown into an amazing collection of content, both fun, both energetic, all inclusive, and you know what? Very educational as well. He's got a passion for Disney that I can't keep up with, and let me tell you something. I'm loving a guy who is a huge Steeler fan, so this is painful to say. He's one of my Steeler friends. He's back. I can see him backstage right now smiling and having a good time. Disney, the Fanatics blog is on here. Greg, good to see you. Brian and I as well. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in to join us here and hanging out with me this evening. Hopefully you'll have a lot of fun getting to know my good friend Sam from Sam's Disney Diary. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing great. What's happening, man? I feel like I found my people. All these names, Monterey, Molly. Wow, this is the best. You guys rock.
Well, we're doing what we can over here. We've got a great community. I'm glad they're going to get to meet up with you and see some of the energy that you bring. We're going to talk and get to know you a little bit. Gene Fitzmagic in the house. Good to see you as well. Thanks for joining. Debbie Bernfeld as well. Real quick, just to throw out here before I get with Sam, you see Greg's in the chat with the Fanatics blog. Go over, check Greg out. He's starting up something new on his own, doing a great job, working hard. Check that Fanatics blog out for me, everybody. Sam,
Greg is a man, and you can't miss him when you see him. That's for sure.
No, you can't. You can't. I mean, you try to. But if you miss him.
Miss him, man. He just popped right out of everywhere.
Well, here's the thing. If you miss him, you start hearing that Philadelphia, verbiage coming at you, and you know you're good. So he's a good man. Sam, one of the best backgrounds I've ever seen for somebody coming in for an interview. I want to come to your basement and just hang out and move in.
Yeah, that was pandemic projects back there, taking apart a few pinball machines, going with LEDs across the board, learning about them, figuring out all the bumpers and the flippers, and doing some soldering, for crying out loud. That's some heavy stuff, right?
I love it. Well, let's tell everybody, for people that might not know you, let's just start out with just a simple introduction from you, a little bit about you and your Disney love, and then we'll really dig into it here together.
Oh, coming on, I didn't know what to expect. And you're like, oh, we'll just wing it. We'll see what happens. I love that, by the way. And that's what I'm always doing. Look, it's a passion for Disney that came from my first trip to the park back in the 80s. It's been with me ever since. And I was always the guy that would go on a trip, take all these videos, carry around my huge VHS recorder and record everything and bring it back and show people. And I got to the point where this internet thing's kind of cool. YouTube's cool. I'm going to start to share this stuff. So that's exactly what I did. Started to go back and share some of it and capture it a little differently. I love the history of all this stuff. Nice. What brings it together? What makes it cool? And when you can tie those things together and you get an aha moment, I love sharing that. And I love sharing it with people that get it and have that same aha moment. It's cool.
That's awesome. That's fantastic stuff. What I love to hear. So let's talk for a second. Your love of Disney. Where did that start? How long has that been? I mean, did it come for you as a kid? Where did it emulate from?
It's a great question, and it starts as a little kid, right? With the Mickey Mouse Club and the Mickey Mouse March. It goes all the way back to that. but the expanding to the parks with that trip as a youngster, and wanting to leave Epcot and get back to Magic Kingdom because that's where all the cool stuff was, not
Mhm.
realizing that I was in the prime of all of this stuff, remembering vividly World of Motion and some of the things happening there, and of course Original Imagination. I just
Uh-huh.
wanted to go back to Magic Kingdom and hang out there. But
Right.
that love and the curiosity of how they do that. People do this for a living. That's crazy. They try to figure out how they can entertain and bring some education to it. And it's always been fascinating to me, and I've always wanted to dig into it a little more.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's the passion to find it. Welcome in Disney Worlders, Dan. The passion to find that and to build upon it to where you've gotten to and to bring it to others. Putting a smile on somebody's face was something that Walt wanted to do. It's something we try to do here with all of it, and you definitely do with your channels. If you guys are new to our friend Sam, let me just clue you in on a couple things. Instagram, 2,531 followers. Just absolutely crushing it on the amount of posting quality that he puts over there. Some of Sam's content, vertical content that he puts up there, his reels are fantastic. Yeah, you should check it out. YouTube,
Thank you.
right here, 47.3 K, 852 videos, 7,796,164 channel views. Started back in September of 11. Officially, we all know that's a
Yeah.
flow number. He has a presence over on Twitter. He's got 12K, 12,000 following him over on his Facebook page over there, which is absolutely rocking. Molly's dropping links right now throughout the time for Sam.
Awesome, Molly. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Check it out here. So you've been doing it for a while, Sam, and everything, and you got so much on your channel with your playlists and all that we're going to talk about. When you first started,
Lots of playlists.
lots of playlists. We're going to dig into those because you've actually got 48 playlists on your channel. So we're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later in the interview. Let's talk for a second though about your channel background. Okay, two things that always interest me is when you started, you had to have a couple people that you watched out there maybe that influenced you to get
Oh
going.
yeah.
Okay, so that's my first part of the question is who were some of those people that influenced you? And when you came up with your name, obviously it holds your first name into it, but to pull your Disney Diary, everybody takes a little bit to figure out their name. What's the inspiration behind your channel name?
That's a great question. So a few things. There were, back in 2011, there weren't a lot of people doing this, right? The
Mhm.
internet isn't what it is today. There were a handful, and it was all podcasts. That's really what you
Oh,
got. So when you went into search for RSS feeds, you came up with things like WDW Radio. So Mongello over there doing his thing was a real early influence, and
very early.
watching him do it from New Jersey down there, I'm thinking, wait, I could do this living in Western Pennsylvania. I could pull something off, get there when I can, but just watching it and following it from a distance.
Right.
So that's probably one big influence. On the YouTube side, you watch people, if you go to some of the history videos, and there's quite
Right.
a few channels that had done those. Those were ones where I go, that's cool. I know some things about other things, or I'm a huge Star Wars fan in addition to Disney. So that acquisition was wonderful for me, and
Mhm.
being able to connect some of the dots and figure out the timeline of Galaxy's Edge and what Disney was trying to do, and see all of that evolve, and be able to point things out to people like, look, when you ride the Rise of the Resistance, you're in the movie, you're in the timeline, you are experiencing the Battle of Batuu, which is part of the timeline of Star Wars. And it's the reason why in the Last Jedi, we
Mhm.
know that Hux is the captain of the Star Destroyer, right? Then
Right.
afterwards, in the next movie, it's General Pyatt. Well, what happened? What happened to Hux? Well, what happened to Hux is he lost the Battle of Batuu. The Supreme Leader got mad at him, demoted him. That
Demoted him.
leads to the whole storyline, but you're in it, and it's boom when you tie that thing together. Then tie it into the new Disney Plus things. Ahsoka, who's now in Disneyland.
Right.
It's just awesome the way that it all ties together.
It's ways to see it develop and blow this. Blow into what it's into is incredible, and I love that you bring that with the Energy Free channel. Let's step out of the social media gamut for a second. I always like to do
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Tell me a little bit about things from Disney that you like to collect. Everybody has things that are on there, like Jim Shore for me is a huge one that I love. I'm a big popcorn bucket collector. I have some amazing things behind me, like all the little Legos that
I
I've
see your Vinymations back there.
I got a little. I can give you a little bit here since we were doing the football show. You couldn't Good to see some of that. I got some Vinyl back there.
Nice.
I'm a huge Roger Rabbit fan. I got my Roger Rabbit right there. So
Very
yeah.
cool.
But what is it for you? What is it for you?
Popcorn buckets is a big one. I have quite a few of them right over here. I'm looking at an alien. I'm looking at Mr. Toad and some a handful of the Mickey shaped balloons. Right.
No.
I'd say another thing that I am always happen to have near a Disney map of some sort. These are
really?
I love the maps. I love comparing maps. I love looking at them, seeing where things was, seeing what they were highlighting, what they're not highlighting. So maps are big on my list of things.
Very cool.
Sure.
Very cool. Love that.
And popcorn buckets. I have so many of those. I wanted at one point to stack them all up behind me and show how big it would be.
If I told you that I have 62, would you be shocked?
No, I wouldn't be shocked, but I need to count mine someday. I have containers full of them that I've put in attic spaces so that my wife doesn't see them. So that's because there are a lot of them.
I'm putting the okay out there for you to get them out and put them out. Just let you know.
All right, I might do that.
Yeah. So, love it. Let's jump back in.
But it is one of those things it's weird obsessions as Disney fans. We get obsessed with something. I mean, popcorn buckets for crying out loud.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And sippy cups too, right? I don't have as many of those. I tend to just get the Star Wars one, but because where do you put all this stuff is what it comes down to.
I literally, my kitchen, what I do is I have ones that are year-round ones. I have ones that are seasonal Christmas, ones that are seasonal Halloween.
The Halloween ones are coming out right now.
Yep. Preston, my son, we're leaving Thursday to head down. My son just ran in here right before we went live and said, "Dad, Mickey Skeleton popcorn bucket is at Magic Kingdom right now." I was like, all right.
At Magic Kingdom. Awesome. And you're going to be there. Is that part of the Halloween party?
I don't know, but I'm at the party on Sunday, so I'm not going to. Either way, we're going to find it.
Either way, you're going to find one. Yeah. Which, that whole Disneyland Trader Sam's Hatbox Ghost Tiki mug. There's another weird sort of obsession there. So that's cool.
It's all fantastic stuff. Jumping back over to your channel, Sam, do you know what your most successful video is off the top of your head?
I had one that went viral because of a meme at one point in time. Okay. And that was the 50 years of Disney animation. And it had to do with there was a meme where Mickey turns around and one of the gargoyles goes, "That's my seat." And he goes, "Oh," and that's sort of where the meme was. But there's quite a few. And the ones that I appreciate more and some of them I'm not able to put on YouTube. So I've had a link to them from other places.
Okay.
If you look at the playlist for the Christmas parades, Walt Disney World Christmas Day parades, that is something that as a family tradition you would watch back it started in 1983, right? Where Regis Philbin is a field reporter, and it was Joan and I forget who the original male host was. But those things from 83 until now. But back in the 80s and 90s, they were commercials for Disney World. You'd record those things and watch them again and again and again. And you'd see Regis go on his field trip over to the construction of MGM Studios or over to Norway during construction, and shows all the concept art of Norway, which things that didn't happen, which Disney does all the time with concept art. Right. But it's just cool to look back. So they're over there on the YouTube channel. We also have Walt Disney World Christmas Day Parade.com is another interesting place to hit. And that has links to all of the Christmas Day parades, including last year's.
Could you give us that site again, please?
Walt Disney World Christmas Day Parade.com.
There you go, guys. Walt Disney Christmas Day Parade.com.
Walt Disney World Christmas Parade.
Make sure we got the right one, because I didn't have that one. I'd make sure everybody gets that might be tuning in or watching the replay here for us. Sam, as you're looking for that, your oldest video was your first video, which was the Walt Disney Family Museum. How was it, to do that?
So here's what happened there, and that really started the whole thing. We were on a trip to California. We started in San Francisco. We visited the Reagan Library. We did, it was one of those family trips, once in a lifetime. We're going to fly to San Francisco. We're going to drive down the coast and end up at Disneyland and fly back from Anaheim is what we did. And we went to the Walt Disney Family Museum, which is still there, by the way. And at the time when I was there the first time, Diane Disney Miller was there, and I got to see her, but I didn't talk to her. But what a looking back, right? But anyway, you go through that family museum and it's incredible. And any Disney fan should go to this. It's Walt's history, and you walk through it and you see everything that he did, and it walks you through his entire history and the strike. And if you love Disney history, it's from Walt's point of view, his personal history. Then you
Right.
get to the end of it, right? And it ends in 1966. And it's just so emotional to walk into that room that has all of the press clippings that were the headlines of every newspapers around the world announcing that Walt had passed away. And it's just emotionally hits you. And I went back out to the car and I realized that I had my video equipment because I was hanging with my family on a family vacation. And I decided I'm going to do a channel and I'm going to start it right now. And I
Nice.
went back, stood in front of the Walt Disney History Museum. My son's holding the camera, trying not to shake, right? And I just recorded and I just talked and I was speaking from my heart.
From your
And now I
heart.
go back and look at it and I'm like, oh my God, that was horrible. But the production quality was bad. But that was also 2011. So I throw that out there. It was a long time ago. But that started it. And that's when I thought, I can do this. And I'm going to do a blog and a podcast once a month. That was
Nice.
my goal. I'm going to do 12 of these a year, and I'm just going to go into something that I like. And it just got, well, you can put a lot of time into something, but a ride through is kind of cool too. So here's a little history of Pirates of the Caribbean, and here's a quick ride through of it, especially with the technology we have today.
Right.
Right back then, carrying the big camera, it was a bigger camera. I don't even think that it went to a disc. I think it was still going to a tape. Right, we've evolved past that. Now everything's digital across the board, 4K, low light. It's incredible. But
Absolutely.
you had to start somewhere, and that was just something in the back of my mind said, if you don't do this now, you're not going to have an opportunity to do this in front of the history museum, of the family museum again. And it was incredible, and I've gotten back there since. It's a wonderful experience, and if you're a Disney fan, you need to get to the
It's on my
Presidio of
list
San
for the next
Francisco.
couple of years. I actually want to go there, drive down the coast, hit a couple baseball games, San Francisco, something in
Yep.
LA, and then go to the parks there. It's part of my plan. Stepping
Yeah, it's a
outside,
long drive. You got to break it up for sure.
if I you go with the right people, you're good to go. Stepping
It's
outside
true.
again. Let me ask you this for a second. Here, you've been to all the parks, CONUS, U.S. Have you
You,
been
you
Have you been to anything outside, and is that part of your plan long term?
I have not, and absolutely, it's part of a plan. I would love to get to some of the international parks. I think Tokyo Disney Sea is the one that goes on top because you hear so many great things about it.
Hmm.
But Shanghai too, and even I definitely want to get to some international parks.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see your content from there. Again, we're talking with our good friend Sam of Sam's Disney Diary. Everybody, if you're just tuning in or tuning in late, very strong on Instagram with 2,500 followers. Strong here on YouTube, just under 50K. Going to be approaching that very, very soon. Presence on Twitter, strong presence on Facebook with 12,000 followers over there, and TikTok. Doing some TikTok over there too, Sam.
A
Have you?
little bit, not a lot. I don't understand some of those new things, and it distracts you from the other things that you do. That's
So much to do. It's a lot to keep up. Greg said Tokyo Disney Sea is on top of the list. Top
I
of the list.
absolutely it is. He and I have
Uh,
talked about that before, I think.
He's a good man. Good man. As you look at your playlist, Greg has, talked about quality creators with myself over the years, Sam.
Okay.
And you fall into this plateau, in my vision,
Why, thank
of
you.
the Lou Mangellos and people like that who have been doing this for years at a time and have the longevity of content to show. Okay, in your playlist, you have 48 playlists, and just a few of them, all is Disney history, Disneyland history. You got a lot of celebrities over there on that. You had a Food Network challenge. You got stuff with the Muppets. You got all the parks covered. You got coverage from all the parks. Your
Yeah.
seasonal coverage is fantastic. Like you were acknowledging what you have here, along with what you have over at the other site. But you have some great stuff. Watch some videos on that over here. Attractions. You actually had the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is now basically going away. You had some great content on that.
It's done. It's our well, no, not yet. That's right. It's
Close,
the end of the
close.
year. It's the end of their fiscal year, which is the end of September. Which, by the way, is when Disney changes everything. You get all the strange announcements always at the end of September, and then a week later at the beginning of October, all the new things, new
Yeah.
entertainment acts, and it's because their fiscal year.
Tell me about talking about your playlist, and what are some of the ones that as people come in new to you that you would say, hey guys, these are some of my top playlists I want you to check out.
Well, here's how I broke them down. I broke them into things like attraction POVs. There are people that just love to ride attractions all day long. So if you go to Disneyland, there's attraction POVs. You're just going to go from Peter Pan's flight to It's a Small World to Pinocchio to Snow White, just one of those after another with a little blurb on the beginning of it, not a lot. But I'm
Right.
one to tell a story, right? This is all about stories that Disney tells. So I try to tell the quick story of the attraction, right?
Mhm.
The storybook Canal Boats, which was supposed to be an opening day attraction, but it wasn't ready, and they opened it a couple of months late, and it was going to be recreating different monuments from around the world, and it was a miserable failure. And Walt said, "Get rid of this thing, cancel it."
Yeah.
And then they started with Storybook Canal Boats and brought in their characters and their princesses, and it became a success. But just one example of, you can ride it, but I think it's cool to know some of those things going in. So that's one. And then it's, if you're a Halloween fan, there's a Halloween. If you're a Christmas fan, there's Christmas stuff. There's a
Right.
fireworks one, if I remember right. Just kind of what you're in the mood for. One that I love pulling together was Happily Ever After. And it's the lyrics to Happily Ever After that are going, wow, the fireworks are. I just think I love to be able to stand on Main Street and just watch that. And the lyrics come to mind. And I can almost see them there while you're just happily ever after. I love it.
Absolutely. I love the fact, and looking at, again, the way you content create. One, you put together really quality thumbnails. For anybody that's checking out Sam's, the graphics, it's vivid, it's there. You know what you're jumping into. The time that I can see that you put into editing, it really shows with the work that you do, and the level of pride you're doing. I started looking at some of your most recent stuff and how far you've come over the time and how you've.
That's what I mean about cringing when you look at that first one. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, you've share with everybody. You've been doing 2011. We're talking 23 now. It's 12 years of content creating. Talk to everybody about, that might be a new creator out there, about what you went through and how the transition has kind of worked, and where your thought process has gone through the years.
That is a great question. And I'll tell you why, because I want to create content that I want to watch. That's really what it starts with, right? I want to create something that I want to watch to kind of fill a void or a niche. And what I realized early on when I'd go back and watch them, it's like, damn, Sam, that's boring. There's not a lot going on there. And you got to be jumpy. Look, in this day and age that we have today, attention spans are quick. They're short. You got to keep moving. So you need those quick pans and a screenshot and a change and a transition and a move to this, and keep that story moving. Even when you look at it in your editing and you see some blanks in speech, you got to cut those out of there. Edit it out. Get quick. Get to the point and get to what you're promoting, right? Because if you're promoting, it's a delicate balance. You're promoting Peter Pan's flight or Snow White. You want to very quickly get through that history and then get to the attraction. So you need some good B-roll on the front of it that shows things happening that you're going to do your voiceover on, and then you jump to that attraction POV. And that's what people tend to gravitate towards and watch. And from some of the comments, that's what I see. People like, this is good. And it's because it keeps you engaged and keeps you going. And if you can get somebody in that first, call it 90 to 120 seconds, so literally a minute and a half to 2 minutes, if you can get a point across, then somebody goes, wow, I didn't know that. Dang, I think as a creator, I did an awesome job.
Well, and the key is with that, I've done a lot of study on this content creating and trying to help others as with what I do. And you've got some of the keys down with yours. It's the relevance of the content that you're looking at that somebody might be looking for. Disney. It's your relevance of your thumbnail quality being bringing it in, and then your first, like you said, minute and a half are a grabber, and you tend to hold and people want to bring you in. So that's an amazing thing.
So if you look, it's kind of funny. So there's a little. You asked me about where the name came from, because I didn't. Sam's Disney Diary. That just, and it was more of a. I could hear the song Sam's Disney Diary, which, by the way, I had to convince my daughter, who was 8 years old at the time, to sing it for me because she didn't want to do it, but she sang it, and she's been in every Sam's Disney Diary since and wants royalties, but we're not working on that. That's. But anyway, that intro in the early videos that I have, and I've actually gone back into YouTube and cut them, the intros were 30 seconds.
Right.
That's too long. You get 8.
You get 8
That's
to 10.
all you get. You get 8 seconds. And if it's only dun, 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 that's it. Then you got to start talking. You got to go, thanks for coming back. Here's what we're going to talk about today. Here's what we're going to ride. Thanks for joining me. Hit subscribe. See you later. And play it.
Yeah, it's the fish hook. You got to get the hook out, and caught and be starting to set that hook, or else you're
Right.
done. Especially, well,
Well,
let's
and clearly it's something you have here. You ran through that stuff in the beginning. Boom, 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 boom. You had got through what you needed to get to, and we're going.
well, and that's a great transition to a topic I wasn't even thinking about talking about, but I'm going to ask you. Doing it for 12 years now, you have a deceptive advantage in the fact that you've gone through the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs, the learning process at
Oh
an
yeah.
early process. So now you're ahead. That helps you with all this competition. But there is what, I don't know, probably 300, 400 times the amount of people, maybe more, that are now broadcasting content out there. What is your feeling about the fact of having so many? Do you not worry about it because I'm just going to do my thing and I'm going to be the best that I can be and I'm going to pull people? Or how do you see all that?
I am absolutely on the ladder of what you said. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to be the best at what I can do. I have a full-time job. This isn't what I do for a living.
Oh,
So
by the
when
way,
I
yes, he does
go,
have a full-time job.
right, I have it. This isn't it. This is a hobby, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to produce content that I'd love to watch and things that I go back and watch every once in a while. I have a 3-hour loop of the Epcot Fountain of Nations. Look,
Oh,
and it's kind of funny because when I was recording this, I had my tripod set up and I let it run for 3 hours. And at least 2 cast members came by and said, the fireworks are that direction. Because I was facing the Fountain of Nations and Spaceship
right,
Earth. But that's something that I'll go back and put on as background music. I'll just watch it because I knew it was going away, and that's an Epcot original. So go
right,
through a little bit of history up front. Marty Scar talking about it, and then pouring the water in from all of the different rivers that
right,
represent
from
all of
around the
World
world,
Showcase.
right,
And there were 7 different songs that happened. I got the song titles. I have the loop of them. I got all that. And I'm not doing that for revenue because all of those songs got flagged for
copyright,
yeah, but I don't care. That's not why I did it. Because
right.
did you know that the Iron Giant song is one of those loops? Did you know that Reflections of Earth was the only song that had lyrics during that? I mean, it's 3 hours of Fountain of Nation. The flip side of that, I did another one with the Osborne Family Lights. I did a show. It was a dessert party with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into the dessert party early. I set up my camera and I let that sucker run for about 2 hours. Osborne Lights, 2
Wow.
hours. Just, this is it. It's a wide angle sitting in front of, I was underneath of the end of the street where they had the thing up in the air that spun. I forget what it said, but I was all the way at the end facing
Reindeer.
back down the streets of America, looking at the New York skyline. And I just let it run. And that's something that I have people reach out to me and say, hey, I play that every year when I wrap Christmas presents. Like, that's
Which
the
is a
best. I
great
love
thing.
it.
That's, again, you're bringing happiness to people, and that's a fantastic thing. So, Sam's got almost 50,000. We're gonna talk about Sam. I don't know if you're aware, but every week when we do our multiple shows on this channel, we do a segment called the Race to 100K. We acknowledge your channel. You'll get to see that tonight.
I love that. And I thank you for that. And I appreciate you guys. I'm telling you, I feel like I found my people looking at it, right? You got Disney Wonders over there. The comments are the best. You guys rock.
Well, what I'm going to do, Sam, real quick, is I'm going to give you a quick, just a quick breather for a second. I'm going to do a couple community segments that we do. When we come back, we're going to talk with Sam about a couple great key things. I want to talk about cruising with Sam because there's talk about a little bit of cruising. I want to talk about where you want your channel to be in 5 to 10 years from now as you vision out a little bit. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk a little bit with Sam about the holidays. We're in the holiday season now, basically. I want to talk about Disney and how it affects Sam and his home. We're going to talk about that. And at the very end of the night, we're going to finish with a quick speed round of Sam, tell me your favorite. And we're going to go around the parks and everything.
Oh, that sounds fun. I like it.
So if you'll indulge me, give me a second. I'll be right back with you. Guys, while I'm going to do these segments, click on Sam's link. Follow him. Give him a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and all those loves over here. If you're not following him already on YouTube, give it to it. Magical Memories, people in the park. This is brought to you by the Disney Baker every week on this channel. If the mods could drop his link, I'd appreciate it. Disney Baker is actually a cast member, and he loves to welcome people into the parks. So I said, why not? Let's find segments of what people are doing down there. Here's Lou Mongello, our good friend. He was recently just out in Cali. I love Lou. Amazing creator. Our Castle Life. They were out there hanging out in California as well. Got to see Lotso, love that. Myers and the Mouse was celebrating their 50th anniversary on a cruise recently. Kelly and Ivone, love them. Steve from the World and Jennifer Caruso, Regina Erie hanging out down there at the parks. That was over downtown at the Springs. They were checking out down there. Diz Our Dream on the right, Ryan, that's Rye Guy, and Jersey Mike. They were all down there hanging out, said hello, sent me the picture. I love that picture. There's our good friend Living the Magic. They were filming down there. He was watching one of the shows, and somebody sent that picture. Here's Tommy. Dale and Jenna, Resort TV 1. They were out recently on a cruise as well, and just having some fun and sharing the magic there. And our good friend Molly over there. We love everything Mammoth Club is doing. She's been explosive. She was out in California too as well, having some fun. Oh, this is one more. Did I have this here? Oh, another one of our Castle Life out there at the Kingdom Hearts when they were out there. So I love that. Great pictures, everybody. Thanks for sharing this week. Magical Mail is brought to you each week by our good friends. It's this time of season, guys. It's the time for treats. Friends, co-workers, neighbor. I'm going to do this for the girl that's watching our dogs while we're on our trip. It's our good friends at Main Street Treat.
Main Street Treat brings Disney to you. Hey, we're Rob and Mel from Disney Connections and the new owners of Main Street Treat Company. So come visit us over at mainstreettreat.com to order your treats today.
My good friend Casey Bryant likes to recognize people for their success on social media. Welcome into Kate. Welcome into JD Prigg as well. This is a great thing. Casey's Corner of the World, our good friend, if we could drop his link into there, he likes to recognize people for success just like I do. He brings you this segment each week. We're going to recognize Poppy Adventures for 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations. I'm a Jennier, 1,000 on her channel. Congratulations. Mama's in the Mood, also over the top, 1,000. Getting into the bigger numbers, Casey's Corner of the World at 2K. Congratulations, Casey. Also, Wish Upon a Disney, Susan Silva up at 2K. We got our friends Magically Consumed, 9,000. Wonders of Magic, love this little channel, 9,000. Great job. Sable Family Vlogs hit 10K. Congratulations, Sable Family. Then you got 20,000 with Lisa Land out in California. SoCal Disney Dad hit 20,000 as well. 20 was a big number this past week. Ron on the Go went over 20,000 himself. And Drew in the Moment, 20K on his channel. Up there at the 25,000, LBV TV, Maria and Chris. Good job, guys. Tanya, that crazy Disney lady, 30,000 on her channel. Again, congratulations to those milestones as they go through. Last, we want to bring to you before we bring our guests back, this is the race to 100K, everybody. Buzz has got that plaque in his hand saying, hey, when you're going to get there, I want to give you this plaque. The race brought to you.
Hello, everyone. It's Chris with Disney Dynamics. We bring you tons of Disney content with a little bit of humor. My mom thinks I'm funny anyways. 4K unboxings of Disney merch and promo codes to save you money. We bring you live to Disney parks, and then after the sun goes down, we head to Disney After Dark, where we mix Disney-inspired drinks and have slightly inappropriate conversations with our Disney friends. If that sounds good to you, you're just the right amount of weird to fit right in. That's Disney Dynamics, spelt with a K for some reason.
Also the owners of Park Hopper Choppers, everybody. They're great people. Here's your top 6 right now. I'll redo this when I get back from Disney. Going into this, Disney Dave from the UK at 94. Ava Loves Disney was at 92. Emily Enchanted, love her at 89. Mr. Cheesy Pop at 86. Theme Park Obsession at 84. And Park Ride History at 79. Taking the rundown, 79 down to 56. There's Daps out in Cali. Journey Together, fireworks this week because they passed over people to get to that number. Congratulations. Adventure is out there inside Disney. Some great channels in here bringing you some Disney magic and Disney love. Next leg of the race, 53 down to 39. There's our friend Sam's Disney Dyer. He was at 47 when I did this. He's got fireworks because he passed over people. So did Disney in Detail and Ear Scouts this past week. Love this every week. We keep it up. Corey Meets World, our good friend in there. Rope Drop as well. Pew 2 have been really working hard on their channel as well. 38,000 down to 27. Becky plus Eli's got some fireworks this week, jumping over some people. Hey, Bricky out of California. Diz Our Life in Florida. Document Disney, talking about history stuff. Document Disney does a great job up at 31,000. Looking down here, 27 down to 20. There's all our guys with fireworks jumping 20 up. Ear to Ear Magic, great channel in there at 25. Crystal Palace, talking about her at 27. Fantastic work there. 20,000 down to 16. Some good people working there. Lou Mangello, the veteran in the mix of this, Modern Mouse, Vincent Vision, Paul's Theme Park out of Cali. Again, great channels. I want to remind everybody, we're not asking you to just go subscribe to anyone. We are asking you, if you're looking for more viewing content for Disney content creators, these are some people that I found that are family friendly, they're quality, they bring the magic. Go over, check out their content, hit subscribe based on their content, and you wanting to follow more videos. 16,000 down to 12.9. Mouse Vibes out of California got some fireworks this week. Chip & Co., our partner in there for some of our media, and Mouse Talk, our partner channel in there as well. Great channels in there, and the race. Backhand of the race, 12,000 down to Park Pass TV, 9,000. I think they're real close to 10 now. We'll talk about that on the next trip. Myers and the Mouse, our partner channel in the mix. Living in Diz, a great creator from Florida. Diz Our Dream, our partner channel as well. We got 3 channels right in there. There'll probably be over 10K when we get back to it. This again, a great slide with a ton of fireworks. People growing their channel and passing over. Steve's World, Making Magical Adventures, Main Street Orlando, magically consumed, all with fireworks this week. Congratulations, guys. Don't miss out on Adventures by Carney. He does a great job. Last one in our list, Mickey's Magic, all the way down to Donna Jaworski. These are some of our home creators. They're also newer creators. Again, working hard to grow their channel, no matter whether you're in the park or at home. We love all of them. Finally, we always recommend the Disney Elite, as I call them. These are some of your, trendsetters in Disney. They've been doing it for a while. They are creating quality content, and I don't want them to be forgotten. As new people come into our community, I want them to still hear about these creators. How about JoJo? Up to 1.38 million. Just good gravy in there. Look at some of the names on here. They're pioneers like Tim Tracker, The Daily Woo with Adam, Justin Scar. These are some people that have been doing it for a while. Disney Dan leading the way. Magic Journeys out in Cali. Nate, everybody knows Nate over there. Pagey Mr. Marr, Provost in Cali. Just some great content creators. I love our friends at Resort TV One, Prince Charming Dev, Super Enthused, and Big Fat Panda, who in 17 minutes on his channel will be live. Please make sure our moderators put Panda's link into the chat before we leave tonight. Last thing before I bring my guests back in, I remind everybody that every Sunday, the ladies take over my channel. And you know what? Sometimes, heck, most of the times, they do it better than me. It's the chaotic chat of the clubhouse. It is Angela Minter, Monorail Molly, and Stephanie Keel interviewing people from the Disney community, and they do it a little bit different, guys. The way that they do it that I really like is they are bringing in not just creators, they're bringing in people from the community, people that are just people. Come on, get to know them, get to know more of the people so that it's not just a name in a chat, it becomes a person in your life. I love this show. Go check out Triple C's on Sunday night, one of my favorite shows on my channel. Again, my guest tonight is Sam's Disney Diary, everybody. Fantastic creator, 47,000 strong on his channel. Sam, as you put this together and found all of your love and everything that you're trying to create with your channel, let me ask you, where's your long-term goal? Where do you see yourself 5-10 years down the road?
That's a great question, and one that I don't think about all that much. I just keep doing what I do.
Okay.
I'm thankful for the opportunities that I've been given. I create content that I like to watch. Sure, the channel growing's great, but at the end of the day, I'm doing what I like to do. And when I get invited to something at Disney, I'm very appreciative of that. I pull together as much content as I possibly can, things that I would want to watch. So nice. I don't know that I can answer. I want to be here. Just setting a number to me, I don't know that I'm not driving to a specific number. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. And if the growth happens, that's awesome. That's great. But meeting people like you, people in the chat, some of which I know, that's amazing to me that there are other people that love this Disney thing as much as I do, right? Which sometimes gets me in trouble around the house because people think you're crazy, Dad. What are you talking about? But here I am in my basement talking to a whole bunch of people about it. So it's great.
I love it. Do you happen to know offhand, you've put some shorts out, what your most successful short is offhand?
Oh, most successful short. I don't off the top of my head because I that's one of those things I kept meaning to get back to, more shorts.
Your Halloween Cavalcade.
Halloween Cavalcade in Disneyland.
7.8 thousand videos.
Yes, I remember recording that one. That was in Disneyland, coming right at me. I'm like, oh, this is the best. I was set up to record Parade at the time.
Well, keep doing the shorts and everything. I love the content that you're bringing. Let's talk cruising for a second. You got some cruising content on your channel. Where do you stand on the whole? We've got a whole new fleet coming out now. We're going to have about 20 boats at some point It's going to be crazy. I also want to thank Debbie Bernfeld and the Disney Stranger, who both said they just subscribed to Sam. Thank you guys for doing that. Tell me where you
Oh
are.
yeah, I absolutely appreciate that. So from a cruise perspective, I was on a very early Disney cruise back in '99. So it's crazy when they talk about celebrating 25 years. I was on the Magic way back then when my kids
Wow.
were really small. It's interesting to see how it's evolved, how it continues to get bigger as the entire cruise industry does. It's always interesting to see how Disney brings their properties into these new boats. On the Wish, the Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge, and pulling that right into
Right.
Star Wars and the lore, the Marvel Cinematic Dinner Show, the Frozen Dinner Show. All of those things are just so Disney, and it's so overwhelming when you combine all of the elements, the video, the audio, the everything that they're doing. It can be overwhelming, especially if you have little ones. Look, if you have little ones, a Disney cruise is awesome. No casino on board, but there's a heck of a lot of spaces for the kids to hang out and do cool things. I have before, split one of those weeks in Orlando where you do the 3 or 4 day cruise and then a couple of days in the parks.
I think that's great.
I think it's yeah, we know they ordered 3 additional ships, and the Treasure was the one they most recently announced. There's a third in that Wish Treasure something else. The Adventure is the ship that they acquired during the pandemic in Shanghai or in Asia Pac somewhere,
Right.
where
Launch
the
that.
company building it went bankrupt, right? The biggest cruise ship in the world they're building, it's under construction, pandemic happens, they go bankrupt, Disney buys it for a different audience, and that's what the Adventure is. So it doesn't fall into the Wish Treasure category.
No,
It's
it's
bigger,
different.
it's different, it's a different marketplace, and it's going to be interesting to see what Disney does with it from a history point of view, because Disney Cruise Lines, they've done things different than other cruise lines by saying we're not going to have a casino on board, we're not going to have some of these things other people expect. I think in this treasure ship, if they want to be successful in those markets, they might have to concede some of those things. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
It will
That's for
be.
sure.
It so will be. Real quick, I just want to ask you, holiday time is upon us. I'm going to the Halloween party coming up here, and going to go to the Christmas party in December. Where are you on the whole seasonal aspect? Are you a Halloween guy? Are you a all about Christmas? Or are you kind of like me, stuck in the middle of Hallowismas?
I'm stuck in the middle. I think they call that Halloween Town, and that's Jack Skellington, but that's a whole nother thing. But I'm kind of stuck in the middle. But when it comes to Disney, people ask me a lot, should I go to the Halloween party? Should I go to the Christmas party? And there's a couple of things I point out. Number one, if you're going to one of the parties, you need to figure out what it is that you want to do.
Yes.
Are you going to ride the attractions with short lines? Go for it. Are you going to experience the entertainment of a different parade and different fireworks and different stage shows? Do it. Are you going to experience the characters? Because each of those can consume the entire night.
Yes.
And if you try to just do a little bit of all of them, you might not be happy with the end result. So figure out what you want to do. You could wait an hour for the Seven Dwarves. And is that what you want to do with the time? Maybe it is. Go for it. I happen to like the Halloween party better than the Christmas party. Couple of reasons. Number one, it's the only time you can see the Boo to You Halloween parade. You can't see it any other time. And you can trick or treat, which is cool. Now, I don't know that I like it in the middle of August, as early as they're doing it now, especially if you like to dress up and be somebody. I've not, quote unquote, worn a full costume, but I will put the clothes on that sort of inspire, right? That bonding thing. I'll do some of those things, but
I tend to like the Halloween parade, and obviously, the Headless Horseman is just phenomenal.
Yeah, oh yeah, amazing.
But I like the Christmas ambiance better because of the overall feel of the holidays. But it's like you said, you're exactly right on your point. You have to pick and choose what you want to do. If you you can do a little of each. You can't do a lot of each because you
can't do a lot of each. What do you do? So you said you're going to both of those this year. What are you going to do next
week?
Well,
I'm going with the family for Halloween, and it will be focused on characters, parade, shows, things of that. That's where our focus will be.
Knowing that going in is perfect, because now on the flip side of that, Christmas, if you go Christmas week, which is super busy and there's people everywhere, you can see the parade. There is no hard ticketed event because they don't kick people out of Magic Kingdom. Right. They just keep it rolling. So you can see the Christmas parade during regular hours, the week of Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas. I'm going down Christmas for a charity event for Give Kids the World. but I'm going to go over
Very
the
cool.
parks a little bit, so it's good stuff.
Now,
All right,
if you're talking about Walt Disney World in general, I like Christmas better because Christmas is all over that resort. You're talking about being in the resort hotels, all of the parks, including the new event over at Hollywood Studios. There's lots that goes on at Christmas.
yeah, there's nothing better than sitting down with a person that you really care about and taking in the tree in well, I don't know if we'll be able to how much we'll be able to do this year with all the construction going on over there, but with taking in the gingerbread house and all of that at the Grand Flow. It's so much Christmas ambiance. If the piano player's going and the tree's up and it can
Oh
just
yeah, it's awesome.
senses
But I
out.
see one of your listeners points out the Sanderson sister show, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm looking
Stage
forward
show.
to seeing that.
Best.
Looking forward to seeing that on Sunday. Let's go through your favorites real quick. Let's buzz through this so we can end this.
All right, let's see.
All right, Sam. One simple question all the way through. Favorite park at all the parks you're going to?
Epcot.
Nice, love it. Rope drop ride. I can take you to any one right now. Walk you on it. Where are you going?
Let's go to Hollywood Studios. Let's go to Rise of Resistance.
Nice. California. You can only do one. DCA or Disneyland. What are you doing?
DCA.
Interesting. Okay. Magic Kingdom ambiance ride of choice. Are you on the People Mover or a Magic Kingdom train loop?
Oh, the People Mover is awesome, and I'll take that. But the train route is Walt Disney. Disneyland is Walt Disney's train set. When I was a kid, we put a train set up every year. We changed it every year, different things. That's exactly what Walt built. He built a big train and put all of his things inside of it. So that's a hard one. I'm going to go on the train.
Okay. Favorite Disney ambiance hotel you stayed in from anywhere?
Favorite hotel we've stayed at anywhere. I'm gonna go with the Contemporary.
Okay, interesting.
It's just original. It's original.
Favorite Disney property restaurant? Anywhere on Disney property, a favorite restaurant for you?
All right, so that's a tough one. Am I with the family or am I by myself or with my
wife?
Because
Give me both.
All right, so Yachtsman Steakhouse, if it's an adult evening, absolutely the best. The only in-house butcher on site. As far as other Disney restaurants, there's something special about Chef Mickey's, but I don't go there that often. Boy, that's a good one. Let's go to Space 220.
Oh, good one. Like it. I can give you a Disney snack from anywhere right now. What am I handing you?
I'm going to take a pretzel.
Nice. I'm with you on that. Something about that stupid cheese. It's crazy. Favorite mode of Disney transportation? If you're in the
friendship boats.
Oh,
friendship
really?
boats.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Love those.
If you could live in any one land in the parks, any one part of the parks, if you could live anywhere, where would it be?
Oh, Fantasyland. Let's go.
Favorite Grand Flow experience? If I can send you to one for free right now, do you go to the Easter egg presentation or the Christmas gingerbread house?
Oh, I've been to both, and I'm going to go to the gingerbread house.
Okay.
Favorite about the smell in that lobby.
Everybody gets a Disney picture taken on a ride. What's your favorite ride to get a picture on?
Favorite ride picture? Now it's Tron. What they've done with the technology at Light Cycle Run and the fact that picture zooms around you, Tron is an awesome on-ride photo.
Love it. If you could be a cast member for a day, what location are you choosing?
I want to be in the Star Destroyer of Rise of Resistance.
Nice. And the last one is your favorite nighttime show of all time.
Favorite nighttime show of all time? Spectromagic.
Great call out. Wow, I haven't heard that. That's a great call out. And I'm going to use that as the perfect transition to say, guys, if you want to see some of this quality content through the years, you need to go over to Sam's link and just look through his videos and look through his playlist. Sam, let's close.
I wish I had Spectromagic. I had pieces of it from the old VHS, but I never. Back then, you weren't setting it on a tripod and recording the whole thing.
No, it's different.
So I don't have it, and I wish
you ran around.
If I did have it, the quality would be horrible, and I wouldn't be happy with it, and I'd be running it through a ton of post-production filters and trying to get the bounce out of it. Anyway,
let's bring Walt's train ride here to a slow stop as we come into the train station. Let me just throw it over to you. Final thought of the night, whatever you want to throw out from your side of, let's say your side of Heinz Field, because I refuse to call it anything else.
I'm with you. It's Heinz Field forever. I got a T-shirt that says exactly that. But look, I keep moving forward. That's the way I look at it. This Disney stuff is awesome. I love it. It does impact everything I do. The storytelling element of what Walt had, putting you as the consumer, as the hero in the hero's journey. It's so fundamental to storytelling, but that's what sucks us in. That's what gets us interested. We get invested in these characters. We want to know more about them. And I love that. And if there's anything that I can pull together that brings you along a journey, I'm so happy that I was able to do that.
I love it. From my side of the stadium, I'll throw out to you several things. One, I encourage you and applaud you to keep creating. I found your content one day by accident, was blown away by the quality of it and about the energy that you put into it, which is why I reached out to you. I highlight your channel every week because I believe you're a channel of consistent integrity. I believe you're a channel of consistent quality content put out and tells the story and love of Disney through what you put out there. So it's one of the reasons I highlight you every week. I can't wait until we're chasing you out of that and you're getting that plaque to hang on that wall above the pinball machine. I'd love to interview you when that happens. I want to also, we've done the last 2 years, we've done a Mid-Atlantic meet and greet down here. And
Okay.
I'll make sure that you get the invite to next year's. We do a baseball game down here at the stadium. And we do a whole hangout and everything where people get to know. We've had 50 or 60 people from all over the United States that are all Disney people come in.
Super cool.
I'd love to have you come down and meet some of these amazing people that are in the chat that are checking out your content. I'll make sure you know about that. And hey, if you and I can ever get to a Ravens game or a Pirates game or something like that worked out, we don't live that far. I'd love to do that.
It's not that far.
It's been a blessing to sit down here with you and get to know a little more. Guys, it is our friend Sam from Sam's Disney Diary. 50,000. Here's my thing, guys. 50,000 people can't be wrong. Go over, check him out. Check out what he's doing. Check out his content. Leave a comment on his video. Let him know you're a new follower. And maybe sometime you'll see Sam down in the parks. Hang tight, Sam, for 1 second. I'm going to hit my end video. We'll talk for a real quick second before we say goodnight. Guys, it's been Sam. It's Disney Diary. You don't want to miss his next content video, and the best way to do that is to make sure you find him. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Congaloosh.
That's one way to do it. Mickey, get me out of here. Where's he at?
Thanks, Musketeers, for joining the party. We'll be looking for you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, all.